Hello, welcome to Tuesday, September 22nd. Here's your science lesson for today. Make sure that you're doing your bell ringer. Yesterday's assignment, make sure that you completed day C. Today we are doing day D of our comparing cells activity. So I'll walk you through how you are going to be accomplishing that. So you should have made it to the end of day C. Hey, congrats there. Day D, we're doing online microscopes. As it says here, visit the links on the following slides and follow the directions on there and answer the questions whenever you see the highlighted areas. So there's a question right here. We're going to be taking a look at human blood, which we do not have available to us. So we're going to load up this website here where we're able to view some different slides that we do not have in class. Take a little bit of time to load up. Make sure for yours, you're loading it up in Chrome. That way you can tab back and forth between the slides and the actual microscopes itself. Now you need to follow the directions on here. You need to go to the Explore and then click on the question on the box of slides to the right. So we're going to go to Explore right in the middle there. You can see my mouse. You can click on the question mark on this box of slides. We're going to go to Human, and then we're going to go to Blood. And it's going to bring up a blood slide here. You're not going to see anything because just like our own microscopes, we're going to have to focus it. So in order to focus it, you use these two sliders down below. And you'll first bring it up with the coarse adjustment and then try to clear it up a little bit more with the fine focus. If you need to adjust the light, there's an option to adjust the light. So as we get higher and higher powered there, we are going to probably need a little bit more light to shine through with it. When you think you've got it focused, you're going to take a screenshot of this page and just try to cut out the picture itself. And then what you're going to end up doing is going back to your slideshow, and you're going to put our 40x picture over here, our 100 times picture over here. So actually, we don't need this one because it's 4 times, but you do have to go in them in order. So remember, when you're on any of the higher powers, you just use the fine focus to try to tweak it a little bit. Here we go with our 40x. This is 400 times your normal eyesight. Get it focused. This is the picture that you're going to need to take a picture of. If you need a little bit more light, if it's looking a little bit dim, you can always increase the light as we go. Screenshot that. Try to crop just the picture of it. Then you'll put it where it says 40x. Now we're going to go 100 times. When we do 100 times, it makes you do this oil immersion. This is the thing that our microscopes do not have, which is why we can't see 100 times our normal eyesight, which would actually be 1,000 times stronger. So this is something that our microscopes cannot do, is get this close with it. You can see in this one, these are all the red blood cells. The one that's focused right in the middle here is a white blood cell, so you can actually see the nuclei a little bit more clear with it. It's kind of got a stretched out one, which is kind of weird to see with some of them. You'll notice that the red blood cells, they do not have a nucleus in them because they are built solely to transfer oxygen. So they're kind of brainless, and they just have one task: deliver oxygen with themselves there. So take a picture of the 100x version of it, post it up on the slides right there. You'll use the same website for the next one. And in fact, if there's a reset option, we'll reset it here. Looks like we need to remove the slide. We'll use the wipes, wipe off the microscope, go back to the box. We want human, and then for this one, we want to make sure we get the right type here, because we want the simple columnar epithelium, which is basically a fancy word for your stomach cells. So simple column epithelial, simple column epithelial right there. This is going to be your stomach cell. So first, you got to focus it under low power. Somewhere around there. Get it 10 times, focus it in. If you want to move the slide around, all you gotta do is click and move on the actual picture, and you can get it more in the actual cells themselves, because yours might be not fully capable of doing it. Remember, if you need more light, give it more light. You can see the dark purple nuclei starting to come up. You take a picture of this one, and we need to add the oil to it. We'll add a drop of oil for this microscope. You can actually see inside of some of those cells. We can adjust the light, we can adjust the focus a little bit. That looks more focused in to me. Take a screenshot of that to show that you are zoomed in. You can kind of see some of the cells in that area too as well. And those two go boom boom right here, the 40x 100x picture. That's all you need to do for that. Then there's a couple of questions. Answer these 5 questions. They do not have to be in complete sentences. Just give me your complete thought on it. And then to wrap up today, you are watching this YouTube video. Which if it doesn't work, let me know. But it should pop up. Oh, might be a little bit of ad for getting your science degree there. But it is a TED ad. Oh, there's 2 ads going on here, so I guess we'll have 2 ads before we get to the actual thing itself. It's a TED ad, so you've probably heard TED Talks before. This is educational based. I like to use these because they put nice little pictures to the things that they're saying. They keep them short. This one's about 6 minutes. This one's going to deal with the history of the cell theory, since it's been a while since we talked about that. This will kind of go through some of the stuff that we went through a couple weeks ago when it comes to the scientists. So watch it all the way through, and then there's going to be 7 questions dealing with the history of the cell theory on there. So answer that up. Oh, and there's actually one final question on there, because this one's more of a short answer type one for it. So there's 7 questions on one side, and the final question on there, don't forget about that one. Like I almost did. Make sure you're clicking through everything, because then you should get to the end of day D. Make sure when all days are done, you submit on there. We still got 2 more days left to go, though, because of how we're doing these things. So do not submit them to Schoology yet, but you are done with day D. If you have any questions, do not hesitate to email. Here's the email address right above. Have a great rest of your day, and hopefully we will see you back here tomorrow.